Jocelyn changed her last name to Jordan. Okay. Bitch, you know on Twitter it'd be like who to follow, and it say Jocelyn H. Jordan. Oh, okay, I guess y'all trying to keep the charade up. But what's up, y'all? Love and Hip Hop, New York, season 5, episode 4, A Woman Scorned. So let's just get right into this. We gonna dove right back into the stupidity. They ain't giving us no break. They just gonna give it to us just dumb as fuck right about now. So we start where we left off last week. Diamond at the club with Cisco. He telling her, I didn't tell you about I shouldn't get so pissed off at you because, he talks so. I shouldn't have got so pissed off at you because I was wrong and I was hiding this secret because I got a 6-month-old son. 6-month-old son. And I had it because I cheated. What, you cheated on me? You cheated on me? You dumb. You dumb. You dumb. You the dumb. Who the bitch you cheated on me with? Who the bitch? That's my baby mama. Oh, you cheated on me with that bitch? I was like, so you gonna lay down with that bitch? I said, look, Diamond, you stupid. You talking about he's dumb. He's dumb. Bitch, you stupid. You stupid as shit getting pissed off over this stuff. He talking about some, I didn't know I was going to get this serious with you and all this stuff. But yeah, she going to take him back. She want to play out big and bad like she upset in the confessional. Like, I relocated my life for this. I never cheated on this nigga. And then I come out here, I leave my family, my daughter missing me and all this stuff. And he done cheated on me and got a bitch pregnant. And he dumb. He dumb. He dumb. No, you dumb. You the dumb one. Okay, you allowed yourself to be fucking played. You didn't want to see what was right in front of your eyes. I mean, come the fuck on. He laid down with this bitch in the bed and he fucked you in the backseat of a motherfucking car. Okay, how stupid can you be? Moving the fuck on. Your fucking tears don't sway me. Anyway, y'all both dumb. Okay, y'all can have each other. Then we move on to this little scene with Peter and Amina. Another dumb bitch. I will tell you this. Was it last season when Tara first got on here and Peter got on here? I was here for Tara and I felt like, she was did wrong because in a way she was. But also y'all gotta remember, Amina didn't really know about Tara, but I still didn't like her because even when she found out about Tara, she still was fucking with Peter. And, she allowed herself to get pregnant. It takes two. She could have put a condom on at the same time. But I thought, I was feeling more so, sympathy for Tara, empathy, sympathy, whichever one you want to call it, for Tara because of the whole situation. But then kind of find out, Tara was Amina herself. The way you get a man is the way you lose a man, or the way you get anybody is the way you lose them in this situation. Tara was also a sad bitch, okay? He was in a relationship when, Tara got with Peter. So what goes around comes around. And now I just really don't feel no sympathy for her because she just don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck what the situation is. She don't want to respect the fact that that's, he's in this relationship mostly because Peter don't respect the fact that he's in this relationship. He don't respect the fact that he's married. You gonna lie to your motherfucking wife. Y'all trying to do this video shoot for what song? I don't know. And then you talking about some, I know I need to be there, but I got to work all this stuff out with Tara to see where we're going to be at, to see what it's going to lead us to. And he's saying this almost as if he's not married. He don't have a child on the way. And he's juggling two women like he got two girlfriends and he's choosing which one he's going to, stay with. And I'm like, bitch, if you don't want to fuck with this girl no more, why don't you stop playing with her fucking feelings? Because her dumb ass ain't going to let you go. You need to tell her, bitch, I'm over it. I'm done. We over. I'm going to have to just let you go. Divorce that dumb bitch. And then you can go play with Tara. How dare you sit here and lie to this stupid hoe? I'm sorry. I got to keep on calling her because she dumb. Like, who the fuck wants Peter on a goddamn energy drink? In Trinidad at that. Like, come on, I would have been on all the Googles and all the stuff looking up energy drinks and stuff, trying to see if this motherfucking line. Like, come on, it's Peter. You should know that he is not always gonna tell the truth. And I'm just like, oh my God, I mean, you stupid. And she was like, oh my God, she said, you're not gonna be there for the birth of our child? And he was like, I'm gonna be there. I've been there 8 times. I know how this stuff go. It ain't gonna come early. I was just like, how pathetic and shitty of a man you have to be, that you would lie to your pregnant wife just to go fuck around in another country with your baby mama, Okay, one of your baby mamas. Let's not forget that he got multiple baby mamas, and who's to say he's not fucking off with them too? Like we forgot about them. They not exempt because we don't know if he dicking them off too at the same time. But he doing all of that, and she just eating it up. And I'm just like, he is a pathetic ass, sad piece of shit. All right. Then we get this scene with Erica talking to her mom about the situation that's going on with Sin, and her mom like, you know, you a strong woman and all this stuff, and yada yada yada. Okay, giving her some encouragement while her mama teeth was playing game wars up in her mouth for real, for real. I was like, girl, Erica, you couldn't get your mama teeth fixed. You doing all this shit. You couldn't get her some dentures or whatever the fuck, or at least whiteners or whatever. I don't know. You know. And this is the thing about Erica. Erica Mina is fine as shit, okay? And you know, I kind of think about saying, I was like, man, that would be lovely if that would have worked because they just so cute together. But she does stuff. I be trying to like 100% like her, but she just does stuff that I just be like, God damn, bitch, I was almost there because you fine. I'm giving you a chance because you fine as fuck. I know that's shallow, that's a little, you know, but I'm Erica, get your shit together. So what Chrissy meets up with Rich because we get Chrissy back. Now I was enjoying not seeing Chrissy and her dumb ass. Look, Chrissy dressed like, you know, some women that just don't, they get up there in age, and I'm not saying that some women can't dress this way, but she don't dress for her body, and, you know, you can still be of a certain age and dress a certain way, but pull it off and make it look nice and not make it look sloppy. She looks sloppy with it, and she looks like she's trying too hard. But, you know, she just overdoing it for me. She talking to Rich, you know, she having issues with Chink. You know, she's feeling like he's a little distant. Is he cheating on her? Because even though he moved there with her, it's like he's still not there. He's always in the studio, and these little bitches be around, and they younger. And who's to say that, you know, all they gotta do was pull his dick out in the bathroom and suck it and all that shit. I'm like, bitch, they can do that right there in the booth, okay? And they'll do it right there on the couch in front of the homeboys. They ain't gotta go to no bathroom. But Rich, like, you know, I've been around him and I know him a long time, ever since he was married. The only person ever since after he been married or divorced or whatever, the only person that he ever seen, you know, him with is Chrissy. Moving fucking along. I don't care about that. Damn, I just missed Yandy. Yandy was on the court cheering on her man DC's. Okay, so they had their little baby shower, and it was so cute. I seen the pictures. Somebody gonna leave a comment and say, oh, she got fat. Bitch, she pregnant as fuck. What the fuck? People's just dumb as shit. But, you know, congratulations to them. And, you know, she was like, I need to talk to you. She was like, yay, you got the basket. Oh, man. I was like, Yandy, okay. But, you know, he come around and they talking or whatever, and she tells him, gives him this little case. It look like an eyeglass case. He was like, what is this, a watch? Open it up, and it's a pregnancy test that's positive. I was like, I really do hope that you dried the piss off of that before you put it in that tissue paper and let it air dry, whatever the fuck, before you touched it. You know, germs do kill. But, whatever. You know, she was like, you gonna be there. He was like, with all this stuff that's going on, he was like, whatever, you gonna be there, you know, and all this stuff. And it was just a cute little scene, whatever. He was like, I'm gonna be there for my child regardless. I said, okay, baby. But you know, moving on from now, we get this scene with Diamond and her mama. Diamond's mother comes. She was like, oh my God, my mama is up here. And I just hate when she come up here because I got to tell her that, you know, she was right about all along what was going on. Do you think that this bitch in one part of this conversation asked about seeing her daughter? I'm sitting here like, Diamond Mama came up here. This is the second time we done seen Diamond Mama up in New York on these scenes, on this show, this series, this season, without her child. Y'all, I bit the fuck out of my tongue yesterday, and it is hurting. Look at that. How the fuck? Oh my God, it's hurting me so bad. But, look like I was trying to give myself a tongue ring or some shit. It's just, I don't have no sensation in it. It just hurts. But anyway, I'm sorry. She never once asked about her daughter. Like, you know, I'm sitting here like, if I was the mom, I would have brought the child with me too. I don't give a fuck what she feel. This is your daughter, and she better be glad she ain't got one of those moms who would have brought the child and just dropped her ass there with her. Okay? You up here going to New York, talking about something, you doing modeling stuff, but you going for a man, really. And then you telling your mama that, yeah, you was right. He was fucking around and all this stuff. He got another bitch, his baby mama pregnant, you know, and he got a son, so he was cheating on me. And I'm not even going back to I'm not going back to LA. I'm still gonna stay out here, and I'm gonna still do what I gotta do. And then her mom was like, bitch, you can model up in LA. You was out here. Your main reason why you was out here was because of this man. But then you talking about something, you're not gonna leave. You're gonna stay out here, and until you get settled, that's when you gonna get your child or whatever the fuck. And I'm sitting here like, wait a minute. What the fuck is left for you out here in New York? Because we still don't see you out here trying to make an opportunity for yourself in this modeling game or whatever it is that you think you're trying to do. And then, you know, where are you staying? You claim you don't want no dealings with this boy no more, even though your mama was like, bitch, the only reason why you staying out here is because you still want that man. And I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to talk to him. I don't even want to be in y'all presence when y'all talk, because I ain't even trying to see him. Bitch, yes the hell you are, because that's the only reason why you staying. Okay, if not, you would have brought your daughter out there. Where the fuck are you staying at? Who are you staying with now? Okay, because the last time we heard, you didn't even know where this motherfucker stayed at, but you gonna stay out here. Diamond, you a scumbag. You are a scumbucket bad bitch. So, you know, seeing all this stuff that's going on between her and Erica, you know, she meets up with the business consultant that they have, because, you know, they like 50-50 partners in this business, and she's like a silent partner. So she meets up with this woman, Rhonda, who is the business consultant. And basically she's sitting down with her because she was like, with all this shit that's going on, you know, Erica at the baby shower showed her nothing, you know, to make her want to get back with her. And before she cut ties with her or see what she's going to do, let me see what's going on the business front. Because Erica is not telling her everything, and not giving her the answers or whatever, not keeping her involved or whatever. So she talking to Rhonda, and she was like, Erica hasn't shown her any figures. She told me to go to you. She said that you know, you stole $30,000 from them, you know, because they got that her shirt apparel line. Now, like I said in previous video, when I first found out that both of them were, you know, doing this thing, I follow Amina on Instagram, and she used to promote the shit out of fucking her. You know, the hats, the calendar, the shirts, and all that shit. So I didn't know Sin had any part in that. And old girl was like, bitch, let me tell you this. Erica lying. She want to do this, talking about some, you know, I just give you $15,000 a month, and like, why would I do that? What the fuck is $15,000 a month when each month the stuff that comes in, the money comes in, we get at least $10,000 to $30,000. And I'm like, damn, well, if you get $10,000 to $30,000, when you pay off your investors and, you know, the people that you need to pay off each month, y'all need to split the rest of that 50-50. Erica doing a little shady shit because Rhonda was like, I don't want nothing to do with that bitch, okay? Nothing. Anything, don't send it to me at all, because I ain't got time for it. I said, damn, Erica, you really out here burning your business bridges like that? That's fucked up if all that shit is true. Moving on. Rhonda don't look like she got a reason to lie on that bitch, okay? But moving on from that, here we get Tara and Peter. So, you know, I'm going on this vacation with Peter. I decided for the sake of our boys to go on to this vacation with Peter to Barbados and give our sons, you know, something that they will never forget. I know it may seem a little weird. I know Yandy had her differences about it, but this is what I want, you know, with Peter and I. We're trying to work out this, you know, family thing and co-parenting thing, and I think we're really going to get it going. You know, I'm just sitting here like, you are pathetic as fuck. You really are. And I just can't stand a bitch like her. It makes me mad. I don't give a fuck if this scripted or not. It just pisses me off that there are weak, and I say weak, I don't give a fuck. You weak. To continue to stay in a situation where you are not being respected. And you see how he's disrespecting other women. If he did it to the bitch before you, and he's doing it to the bitch after you, why don't you think that he's going to continue to do that shit to you and do it to the next bitch, and he's going to change? He's over 40. He's set in his ways. He is not about to change, okay? And you just eating it up, and you just love being a side bitch. You don't give a fuck. You just want something of him. You know, Peter getting on the phone, calling Amina, trying to see if she alright, lying to her, blatantly lying to her. And what pisses me off, Peter don't give a fuck, because You on camera, and you know she gonna see this. You know they gonna air this stuff, and you literally on this phone lying about going to a business meeting, a dinner later that night or whatever, and not telling that you out in Barbados with this bitch. I don't give a fuck about Tara. She lost all type of fucking respect. I don't give a fuck. I explained it in the beginning. I had sympathy for her once. Now I don't, because she just trifling this shit. It's trifling. You two wrongs don't make a right, okay? And you don't get a bitch back by doing the same thing to her that happened to you. It's just it, because it's gonna be messy as fuck. And then you out there talking about some making memories with our children and all this stuff, but you out there in the carnival, garb with your titties out and shit, literally only your nipples are covered, and you twerking and bagging that shit up on Peter. I'm sitting here like, and he smacking that shit like, yeah, rub that thing on that dick. Let me get this, because I'm hitting this shit tonight. Go to bed, kids. I got some work to do. That's what you looking like. And I'm like, Peter ain't nothing but a fucking shit stain. That's what he is. The leftover shit stain that, be up in niggas' drawers and shit. That's what he is. Pee stain, all the fuck that is. Anything disgusting. That's what the fuck Peter is. Acting like they couldn't take them kids to motherfucking Disney World where they can actually appreciate the shit, bitch. Come the fuck on. Where the rides at in Barbados? Okay. So Cisco, like, after the shit that happened with Diamond, he ain't heard from her. Then all of a sudden he get this message saying that her mama want to speak to him, and he go over to, who place was she at? That was Diamond place? Who paid for it? I guess she reached out to her parents and was like, can you pay for a place for me? But who gives a fuck? And, the mama basically called him out on his shit. And he was like, so you cheated on my daughter and you had this baby. He was like, yeah, I didn't mean for it to happen, but I didn't have a mother. My mama kind of abandoned me. The first woman in my life didn't teach me how to love or didn't show me love and all that stuff. And I'm just sitting here like, why? I was looking at other reviews and people was like, oh my God, I feel so sorry. And I actually felt something and that was good that he said that last week. I was just sitting here like, that's nothing but bullshit and fucking excuses. Take responsibilities for your own fucking actions. Okay, your mama wasn't there. You did this and she didn't show you no love or whatever the fuck it is that you saying. But bitch, why would you repeat the same cycle? Like, come on, you grow up. Grow the fuck up, okay? You a grown ass man. You know right from fucking wrong, okay? You have a daughter. You wouldn't want no man disrespecting your daughter like that. So that's why I'm not here for these baby, oh, my mama wasn't here excuses. Fuck that shit, okay? I'm not here for that bullshit. And her mama wasn't here for it either. I hear you. I don't feel you, but I hear you. I'm like, come on. Anyway, moving on from that shit. He was basically like, because her mama was like, he told her he didn't know she had a child, and she just popped up. He did not tell her to come out there, because her mom was like, only a crazy person would do something like that. And he was like, well, that's your daughter, because I didn't tell her ass to come out here. Then we get this thing with Chink and Chrissy. Chrissy coming up in the studio while Chink in there with this artist. Her name JB or something like that. I forget. I think she was on previous season or on, she was in a session with Yandy, trying to talk to Yandy, wanting Yandy to be her mentor or something. One of these seasons or whatever. And Chrissy like, I didn't even know he was in town. And then when I see that he in town, he in the studio with this bitch, whoever the fuck it is. And then she getting all upset because he didn't come home and tell her where it is. And, he was up in the club. And he's like, I took her to the club, showing her around. Oh, what you need to show a bitch in the club to do but look at people and all that stuff? I said, that was a good question. He was like trying to interact with people and shit. But it just seems so forced and fake. Old girl came back up in there like, excuse me, I know this is y'all shit, but I paid for this studio session and, time is running down and we need to get back to work. So you just gonna let her shut me down? You gonna tell her, kick me out? I'm like, girl, shut the fuck up and leave, okay? Because you just, Chrissy just tried too hard. You got Amina in a nursery store, whatever, Baby R Us probably, trying to shop from some stuff for the nursing and stuff. And, she's like, even though Peter is all the way over there, I still need some things for the nursery. And it's just like, I just don't understand what's going on with him. And I'm just sitting here like, you dumb as fuck. And then you got Peter and them talking about some, I'm in paradise with my with Peter and my kids and we're having this family time. And I said, Tara, you got your damn nerves. You got your damn nerves. You in paradise? You couldn't be in paradise and have a fun time and family time in fucking Disney World like I said earlier. Like, you really couldn't do that? No, that trip is for you. That trip is fucking for you. And I'm just over it. So, Sin and Erica meet up. Sin is basically like she's over Erica because Erica been cutting her out on business and cutting out on the money. Erica like, so this bitch can't respect me enough. She going behind my back, going to Rhonda, and everybody know Rhonda's a snake. They get in the car. So Sin, tell me what your problem is with me. Tell me what your problem is. She was like, bitch, it's bow wow. You got this. You doing cutting me out the money. You don't know how to respect people. And no, Erica. See, you gotta stop doing that, Erica. See, we can't fix nothing when you always walking the fuck away. You don't know how to communicate. You don't know how to give respect. All you do is walk away and all that stuff. Cause I'm only here for you. Cause when it's beneficial. Wait a minute. So you saying me being with you is beneficial? No, I said, bitch, it changed me, but it was never fucking beneficial to me. I said, damn, Erica. So, they go hollering out in the street. And finally, we got some real reactions because if you saw the blurred out people in the background across the street, it was some niggas across the street, some woman, a couple of women or whatever the fuck. They was just standing there like this on their car like, that would have been me. That would have been me. Come on now. Every time somebody arguing out in the street, don't tell me y'all don't go look. Well, I do. So, hey, that would have been me. Sin was like, so you want to act like you single, Erica? That's why you single now, Erica. I was like, Sin, let it go. It was just, fucking ridiculous. I was just like, here we go. So, Peter and Tara, he set up this little date, this little dinner. First of all, who paying for the little, they in a house in Barbados. Who paying for that? I forget, Mona is. Anyway, and he basically trying to get back with her, trying to make things work with her. Basically, like, I would choose you over Amina any day. And I'm so glad, even though I'm glad Tara stepped up and was like, I love you, but you don't love me enough. You don't love me the way that I need to be loved, and you don't love me like I love you. And I gave you 13 years and, to figure your shit out. He was like, what time? She was like, bitch, I gave you 13 years. You made that bitch your wife before me. And he just sitting there, why don't you just help me? Like, don't you want to go to a therapist? And looking like he wanted, his face was just greasy. I wasn't understanding that. Both of their faces. But I guess one no air conditioner or that. I don't know. But it was almost as if he wanted us to feel sorry for him and like he was trying to act like he was finna cry. I'm like, say those tears or whatever the fuck those sympathies, say those emotions because we don't care. Tara's fed up as she should have been. She finally reached her breaking point. I hope she did for the last time, and it's just fucked up. He really thought he was going to pour the wool over her and just this trip was going to make her fall so deeply in love with him again and take him back, and it just backfired in his face. And then, he gets upset. I need help. No, the fuck you don't. You just don't give a fuck about people but your own needs. That's what it is. And then you try to throw the kids in there. If Jameson needed some help, you would get some help for him, right? Why can't you help me? Because, nigga, Jameson is a child. You a grown-ass motherfucking man and who can't keep his dick in his pants. That's what it is. And then on the next episode, Amina giving birth, and he was like, I was with Tara, and I talked to her, and I chose us. She was like, no, bitch, I'm not stupid. You didn't choose us. You chose us. She chose us because she didn't want you. There you go. I said, you ain't as dumb. But let me stop. I'm giving her a little bit too much. But, y'all, that was the episode. It was stupid as fuck. Oh, I ain't. This is the stupidity I need for the week. That's all I need. But anyway, it's just a little bit too much in this episode. Y'all tell me how y'all feel about it, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.